Hey, what's up? Oh my god, you'll never guess what just happened to me. Shut up. What? No, add it to the list. Are you ready for this week's ins and outs? I'm ready, bitch. I'm on my way to the studio. Let's go!
We're going to start with fit checks because we think it's important that you guys get to see us because we're icons.
We will eventually wear some nicer clothes. Like
Today is
when
green.
we're not as hungover as we are.
Today is the day. I'll start. I'm in a Uniqlo box today. My friend's jiu-jitsu pants. I stole. My socks say rather be at home with my dog. I've got me Pepsi Max.
I'm gonna sneeze. I'm fighting demons over here.
And I'm sweating and you can smell me. So that's basically me. It's giving comfort chic.
We're all about the comfort today. I'm wearing the same friend's Pornhub shirt that has recently been.
To him.
Yeah, it's dedicated to Sam Judd. Shout out my dude.
Shout out my
Sam.
We love you.
My friend Rom looted this from his house and now it's mine because she knew I'd like it. I've got some denim shorts on. I think they're from Cotton On, which don't come for me for fast fashion.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing my feet.
Which will blur because they cost money.
Yeah, you've got to pay for those. I'm drinking my half coffee that I just found in the fridge from last week. It was really good. It's oat milk, don't worry about it. I've also got a Pepsi and I've also got my Anko Frank Stanley.
But apparently these have lead in them, so.
And I do have a better water bottle, but I left it at a friend's house. So we're working with God. I've also got a nice layer of sweat under my tits.
And that's the fit check for today. Stay tuned for next week where hopefully we'll look a little bit more put together. But I think that's pretty good considering. I'm also covered in dog hair. Oh my god. I sweat everywhere.
Love that we've got the clipboards with nothing written.
I know, what's on the list? Literally nothing. Literally nothing.
This week we have nothing on our lists. I'm going to write them down just in case I forget.
Same. Did you see in the last one? Wow, I have to literally rub two thoughts together, two cells together to make a thought.
Two atoms just grinding.
Just grinding. I'm trying so hard to think about a thought.
But we just wanted to show you that we're real people.
We're real. And you know what? I feel like content is best served fresh.
We could have not filmed today, but we thought, you've got through episode 1. This is the real us.
Bon appetit.
What's my out? Oh. Okay, so the reason why we're hungover is because we went to Fred again last night.
Best night of my life as a TV.
It'll never get better than that. I had multiple times in the crowd where I was just like the smoke and the lights and I was like, oh, I'm so out of my body right now.
Literally,
this is amazing.
I was just running around. I was like a kid in a playground, but it's fully fenced.
You were literally running around.
Literally, it's like when they're like, you can go and do whatever. You're at that bounce, like abracadazzle. And you're like, run free. And I'm like,
Abracadazzle was the shit.
Is the shit.
Smileys as well. That was another big one.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's from big inflatable things. Really dangerous actually for kids.
It's inflatable.
No, I know, because suffocations and stuff.
Oh, like they're like just face down,
yeah,
like just
and then
sucking
people don't
into
see
it.
them, yeah.
Oh. Ball pits?
Bit grim. Bit grim. Just my brain's going death. Children dying. Oh my god, I'm sweating.
I'm sweating so much.
Ian. Okay, yup. We're gonna do this one. I don't know how to spell it.
Penis. You guys want to come back to my house? I've got heaps of penis. No.
It's too much. That's how I spelled it.
We'll insert a clip of the spelling.
Hopefully I know how to spell this one.
I need to stop doing that laugh. Editing last week with that laugh. Also, we took the jingly jangles off.
Yeah, the Bojangles is gone.
Well, we're actually mentally unwell.
I'm going through a thing right now. I'm really sorry. Oh God, I'm not well. It's just because we're talking about last night being the best night of my life. It's cool.
So Sam goes to me last night. Do you want to have a competition to see how many boys we can kiss?
This is not like me. So the reason I've said this is because I went on a date the other day, and can you just check me? Do I have like sleep in my eyes and stuff?
No.
Okay,
Stunning.
Slay. Anyway, I went on a date the other day. I think it was a day. I don't really know. We went to a boy's house. We had pizza. We had beers. Whatever.
Cute.
Talking, getting to know each other. And at the end of the date, like, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not a kiss goodbye gal. Like, I'm either like meeting you and we are kissing. Like, we're either like seeing each other, and then when we finally decide to like start kissing, we'll probably end up doing something sexual. Like, it's never just like a kiss goodbye for the first kiss. And I get in my car. I can't.
I'll probably see you around, catch a gun kind of girl.
Yeah, same. Like, okay, yeah, well.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Nice
and then
to
I
see you.
do these ones. I walk in the car with a shaka, which I've never done before in my life. I get in the car. I'm a frigid slut.
Yeah, the most frigid sluts you've ever met. Boys make me as nervous as like the first time I ever spoke to a boy.
Same. I get so nervous. I can literally have conversations where I'm like performance managing people.
Do you want to hear a really embarrassing, horrifying story about
Obviously.
the first time a boy asked me out? So I moved to a new school, year 5. This person came up to me and was like, hey, Redacted wants to know if you want to go out. And my response was, because this has never happened to me in my life, I didn't know what going out was, I'll just have to ask my mum, because I thought he meant like going out for dinner or something.
Oh, no, he meant going out as in to be your girlfriend. Oh, no.
So I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, like, what do you mean? And then they explained it to me, and I'll never live it down.
No, it's your Roman Empire.
I've had too many embarrassing moments.
Oh, yeah. I have heaps of fucking Roman Empires. We'll have to get into those at one point, for sure. That's going to Bojangles on the microphone.
Put it down.
Okay. Okay, so I was at this, I didn't know what to do. So then I said to Grace, we need to get better at just random kissing.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're not confident. Like, we're confident. We talk to boys, we flirt with boys. We're really good at turning it on.
Yeah,
but
I
as
love
soon
to
as it
talk
comes
shit.
to, like, the act, terrified. Don't know what to do. Literally, I'm like, he went to hug me, kiss me on the cheek, but it was like a prolonged weird, and I was like, this is where a normal person would lean in.
I love a little kiss on the cheek,
I love a double kiss.
So yeah, Sam goes, do you want to see how many boys we can kiss?
Also,
I was like, I
me too. So, I will say 75% rejection.
Well, I asked one man, and I was like, hey, me and my friend are doing this competition where we're trying to see how many guys we can kiss. Do you want to kiss me? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, well, I haven't kissed anyone yet. It's like just a little, like, we don't have to like hook up. And he's like, no. And he's like, you can. And I was like, I don't even want to kiss you on the cheek now.
No,
and he's
yours
like, go
was
on,
a
do it.
mistake.
And then he just fucking stood around me for the rest of the night and kept looking at me. And I was like, what do you want from me? I don't like you now.
No, you were
rude.
mean. You were mean.
So I didn't kiss anyone except Sam and my other girlfriends.
Well, yeah. I was on one. And you were an idiot. You shouldn't have said that it was a competition. Men don't like to know that. Men don't like sluts. They want you to be untouched.
Madonna.
They want you to be
virgin whore complex.
Virgin whore. You have to be a whore, but you have to have absolutely not been touched by anyone else ever.
No, of course I haven't.
You were confident. You were sexy, but you're a good girl.
Well, I just like to keep it real.
Yeah, we'll say. But I was like,
and that's my downfall. Yeah. The time they're like,
Nah.
this bitch is crazy.
no, for me, I was like, I'm actually enjoying myself. So you have literally 3 minutes on the clock. 3-minute flirting. Can I kiss you? Kissed a man. Said it to someone else. Then he was like, went to kiss. And I was like, nah. Then I went to kiss him. I do this weird tease thing. Again, it must be something from my trauma that I feel the need to tease men to the point that I get this close. I'm going to be like, no.
That's really
bye,
hard.
even though I just asked if I could kiss you. That's rude.
I'm pretty sure you did it to me last night, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's my thing. I don't know why. So we are frigid sluts.
Frigid sluts.
That was an update on last night. Anyway, that man ended up I was like, I swear this guy's probably married. He tried to tell me he wasn't. He also told me he was an AFL player. Can confirm.
Not an AFL.
He's not an AFL player. Anyway.
Alright.
He tried to talk to me this morning.
I slid in the DMs.
Yeah. I unfollowed him.
I was gonna. It was a mistake.
Yeah. Like let's be real. Like it was a 3.5 minute conversation, half a kiss, and I'm never gonna see you again.
I don't want to see your fishing photos.
Oof. Photos of you with your nephew.
I don't care. I was talking to one guy though that my friend G'd me up with. He was hot, and he slid into my DMs also. And I should have just kissed him, but I didn't.
Yeah, because
I got scared again and I just danced away.
Yeah, because and you know what? Because the night wasn't about that.
No.
Either. It wasn't. It was just like, that was like a 2-minute bit of fun, but we were like having fun with our girlfriends.
Yeah, it was really just for the bit.
It was for the gals. It was just for the content.
And
we were just like, let's see if we can actually do this.
Yes, content. Let's do it.
I'm like, this is personal growth for me. Because honestly, I was rattled.
Evolution.
By not being able to kiss someone after a date at almost 30 years old. I was like, am I seriously this frigid? It's not good enough. I need to do better. It was training. It was my jiu-jitsu.
Mental training,
physical training. It was my physical jiu-jitsu.
I would love to see some later. If you could show me some capoeira. I don't know the Brazilian flow
Isn't that Tai Chi?
Shit. No, I only know it from an episode of Bob's Burgers.
Thought maybe you were doing it wrong, but that's actually what it looks like.
Anyway,
we've got to move on.
Yeah. So, my ins for the week. I think that was clap one. My ins and my outs. My in is abundance mindset. And my out is negative self-talk.
Yeah, they're good ones.
Really good.
Really
Changed
good.
my life.
Yeah. No, it's definitely changing our lives for sure. So my in is, I won't read off this because it won't make sense, but psychics, which kind of goes on your abundance mindset. It's a bit more about the manifestation. We're not super woo. I would just really clarify. Yeah. Not like woo, like crazy.
I'm a little bit, but I'm not my whole life revolves around the stars.
Yeah, but do you have crystals in your pocket?
No.
Yeah. It's people that are a bit much.
Yeah.
And only have organic.
When I went through a breakup and I was really heartbroken, a girl I knew gave me a crystal. And she's like, this will heal your heart. And I sat it on my heart and I cried in bed for so long. Every day I would sit there and I'd be like, please, I just want to feel better. At my lowest lows, I'm reaching for anything.
Yeah, same. I've also same. I'm like, oh, these are for clarity, money. I had a little bag of them at some point. Don't know where they are, and they just gather dust in a weird bowl.
Yeah.
Why do you use in a bowl?
Well, what else are you meant to do? Shelf them?
Nice for an ornament. You know how children have those things that sit above the crib?
We're not really woo-woo, but I'd give my child a crystal fucking...
I want my child to have me. Imagine that spinning around your head.
It'd be gorgeous, but also hazard. What if one fell down?
And then fell into your mouth when you were sleeping.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's what I have to tell you about. Oh, God. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I just started thinking about the gum I found in my hair this morning.
Okay, no. I'm going to cry again. I'm really, really fragile today. So before we get to our ins and outs, I'll put this wherever in the fucking clip. We'll cut it out. I don't care. So this boy that I went on a date with, everyone knows everyone on the Gold Coast. We say it all the time. Grayson knows him. And
I know where this is going.
knows his friend and has actually slept with his friend. And through the close friends, adding everyone to my close friends, the other day I added him, he added me to his close friends, he posted with that friend, and I showed you, and you were like, I fucked that guy.
Wait, who are we talking about? Oh, you could just say it, I'll clip it out.
I don't know, the dark-haired one. You don't know.
What dark-haired one?
The one that...
The handlebar.
Yeah. We're on our way to go get pizza. And I said something about... I'm like, oh, you know Grayson, or you got brought up. Because obviously you're all over my social media. And he's like, oh, yeah, my friend so, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, they slept together. And he's like, yeah. I was like, so what's the tea? I was like, talk to me, like, what's he said? She's like, oh, he only said that she slept with tape on her mouth because she I wanted to breathe through her nose. So you're that girl. Unfortunately, that's your identifier.
I love it.
That's big duct. I was picturing
a
you.
tiny little square in the middle of my mouth. Like,
Do you do it every night?
No, especially when I want to sleep well. I haven't had, like, I'm not going to be getting a lot of sleep because you go into a deeper, more restful, recovered sleep from it. Like, there's sleep studies. I also I chronically snore, like sleep apnea.
Do you?
So this, actually learned this from a Joe Rogan podcast, but it's like probably one of the only ones I've ever listened to because he had this doctor on and it helps your sleep apnea. And I'm sleeping next to this man I don't know. I don't want him hearing me like gasping for air, you know, and stopping breath. I was
That's
doing
true. I mean, what would be a worse identifier?
I also
the snorer or the tape
mouth
girl?
It's not like I was fucking.
Well, that's how I pictured it. I pictured it full, thick, black duct tape to about you. I'm like, kind of hot.
A little bit. Handcuffs. As well.
Yeah, literally. Anyway, that was all that was said, but I wanted to wait and talk to you about that because it rattled me. And I was also like, surely the voodoo clan should be more to talk about.
No, he like left straight away in the morning. He woke up. It was like his birthday and he was so hungover. And he, like all my housemates were in the lounge room and he left out the side door because he just
nothing
straight
worse.
away too. But also that's how I want it. I don't know you. Get out of my house.
I'm the same. The first time I've ever had a one night stand was, I remember texting Charlie and being like, what do I do? He's still sleeping. Like, do I book an Uber? Do I wake him up? And I was like, maybe I should wait. And she's like, okay, everyone's asleep. She's like, unless you want to meet his roommates, book the Uber. Yeah. And that was I've never forgotten that.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, get the fuck out. No, hi, I'm Sam.
No, I do love it though, because what if they're hotter?
No, because you fucked it. You've already fucked their friend. And this is what we do with them all the time. You have to pick one and then you can't have sex with anyone else in the group.
Well, you could, but you wouldn't be looked at as a good person.
Well, you never are. That's why people hate us.
I haven't done it. I could have. I met this guy at a party.
No, let's clarify. Neither have I.
Met this guy at a party. We're going back to the party the next day. Picked him up. Walked inside. Saw his housemate from across the fucking room, and I was like, I've picked the wrong one.
Oh, it's nothing worse.
Picked the wrong one. So that was devastating.
No, but that's how I feel too, and I said the same thing. Like, there's a few people that, I mean, everyone knows everyone, like we say. So when you start talking and dating, you're dating around. Like, everyone does know everyone. Yeah. So we say all the time, we're frigid sluts. We talk a big talk. We don't really walk a big walk. We're actually pretty terrible when it comes to closing the deal. I feel like you have to be really careful because, you know, if I'm going to see that guy, I mean, he's completely off limits now moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
But do I have a chance with this guy? Probably not.
Maybe. I mean, I like to think I do, which brings me into
abundance mindset.
So, abundance mindset is essentially just manifestation, but abundance mindset, like, you need to be saying abundance 24/7. It's something that I think Romany actually coined it. Started saying at the end of last year, and something good would happen, and we'd be like, abundance, 100%. And then the new year rolled over. We're still saying it, whatever. All these good things are coming into our life. I was getting pizza with a friend, and he goes, you know, it's in Chinese, like, astrology? I don't know. It's the year of the dragon, which represents abundance.
No, it doesn't.
Lost my mind. I was like,
I didn't know that.
The synchronicity is too much. Yeah. I lost my mind about it for days. Actually, days.
No, well, they say it's the year of, like, the 8 or something, which is infinity, which means that, like, unlimited opportunity. Like, this is the year.
If you have a child born in this year, they're meant to be, like, wealthy. That's the ideology as well. Abundance.
All right, guys, we've got, what's the months? Someone knock me up. I need a wealthy child. Someone needs to look after me when I'm older.
My mum always says that to me because I was like, I don't know if I want to have kids, and she's like, who's going to look after you when you're old? I'm like,
I'm not living past 45. I say it to my parents all the time.
Yeah, hopefully euthanasia.
Live fast, die young.
Bad girls do it well. So yeah, abundance mindset is the ideology of bringing in good things into your life. You know, whatever you say comes to fruition. It's very like Kanye West, I think.
Yeah, it's super
Like
strong.
all of his songs, like I just need to get paid. I was singing that song and I was like, oh, I wish I got paid on Monday because I usually get paid on Tuesday. Looked at my bank later that night, I got paid early.
Bro, I sang that song that morning. Same thing, because you told me that story. Same. Got a bonus that day.
Yeah.
I was rattled.
It's
rattled.
So it's our mantra.
100%.
The amount of good shit that comes into my life is insane. Last night when we went to Fred again, we posted a photo of us all before saying Fred's Angels. One of the girls I went to school with was like, come and find me at the bar, I'll hook you up with drinks. We paid $10 for 8 drinks and we just kept going up. And
So I think we spent I think we probably spent like $40 and
not much. And like introduced them to everyone so like I didn't have to keep going up there. She was jaying all you guys up as well.
It was just...
It was abundant.
It was so... We were literally like, we're going there. What did we say? We're going there with $0. Abundance mindset.
Yeah.
And we had a slay of a night.
The best night. And I had a bit of a hangover headache this morning. But not too bad. I've had 4 hours sleep. But also 4 hours is my sweet spot.
100%.
That's when I'm
4 hours is
bordering
it.
on the line of delusion a little bit.
But like someone who
funny
has a
enough.
deadline that has to stay up late, like working, goes to bed at 12 and then goes up for gym at like 4:15. Like that's a 4.5. Like
Yeah.
parents,
Exactly.
like when their kids are sleeping, I reckon 4 hours, like for most busy people.
Well, I have
is-
not been fucking sleeping this week because I've been editing the pod fucking till 2 a.m. multiple nights a week. Sam came over one
Fixated.
night.
Oh yeah, that was till 2 a.m.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
2.
We like finished at like 1:30 and then wrapped it up and then wind down, bed at
But we also did everything the hardest, most complicated backwards way. you
Yeah, we're
possibly
learning.
could.
We're learning.
Yeah. Yeah. But we're abundant.
Oh,
and
we're
we
so
literally
abundant.
flipped a podcast in a week because
Like-
we wanted to.
The entirety of it. It's not just like there's so much in it. I was like, oh yeah, starting a pod's easy. No, there's actually a lot in it. This week's going to be so much better because we learnt a lot. We've learnt a little bit more about sound. We've learnt not to kick the table.
Yeah, get your feet up.
Yeah,
That's what
feet
we're
up.
sitting.
I also learnt be comfortable because you'll want to like pull your tits up in your corset, but you don't want to like stick your hands down your shirt.
Arms, you don't want your arms out.
No, arms away.
My
never
never
wanna
shot
see them
ladies. You don't need the door. Going into your out doll.
Oh yeah, going into So, negative self-talk, and this is a rough one today because it's very hard to challenge the mind in this mentality.
Yeah. Because I literally no toupees, but a bald spot. I'm gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, and cool and funny.
Exactly, abundance mindset. So, I've like been through a lot of depression and anxiety and not realizing I had ADHD. So I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder,
Yeah,
which is
we've
essentially,
spoken about this.
it's not like I'm bipolar. I just struggled to regulate my emotions. I wasn't given the skills and the tools to learn how to manage my emotions. It's really something that you should be taught in school, like
Yeah.
looking back. My parents had me very young, so it's absolutely like not their fault either. They did their absolute best, but also my brain is just wired to like, you know, overthink, blah, blah, blah. So I've done a lot of therapy. In therapy, you really have to like, specifically what the therapy I did, dialectical behavior therapy. There's so much in it, it's so intense, but like the skills that you learn is to challenge those negative thoughts. Because if you look in the mirror every day and you're like, I hate myself, I think I'm fat, I don't like this about me, your brain doesn't like, it will think that. Whereas if you tell your brain, it's kind of like a little bit of delusion. Again, I'm hot, I love myself, I'm worthy, I'm valuable, like all of those positive things, your brain will believe it. So I think especially girls, I don't know what it's like to have a man's mind, but I know girls are really like harsh on themselves. Editing the pod, I was like, ew, this, that. And then I was like, hold on. What does it actually matter? It doesn't. Like,
And it's also, it's me.
exactly. What can I do about it?
Yeah. That's
Like-
me in my truest form.
Yeah.
Like, the bits you probably hate the most, or that you feel the most uncomfortable with seeing, is the stuff you can't control and curate.
Yeah,
And
also
that's-
people aren't going to notice that shit.
No.
Like, it's, no one's looking at you being like, picking out all of your insecurities. I'm never looking at someone picking out their insecurities.
No,
it's just
neither.
like, you know, unrealistic. So yeah, being able to catch yourself in those moments is the first step, the self-awareness. And then being able to challenge the thoughts is the next step. But I think, yeah, catching yourself in the moments. If it was easy to think positively about yourself, we'd all be doing it. But it's not. That's why it's a challenge. And I remember my mum used to say to me, you need to challenge your thoughts. You need to challenge your thoughts. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
And then it clicked eventually. So since like having this abundance mindset and really working on how I talk to myself, I'm so much happier, and like
100%.
I'm just, know your worth.
And like the control you have on the type of day that you have and the type of life that you live is purely based on you, your thoughts, and like your actions.
Yeah.
So waking up in the middle of the day. Waking up in the middle of the day. My brain. Waking up and the first thing you're saying to yourself is yuck. Like, hate this about me. That's all you're going to see all day.
Yeah.
And then you're insecure. And there's nothing worse. Like, I have the most beautiful friends and they just put themselves down all the time. It almost makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you are
sad.
so beautiful.
Yeah, you
like,
just want to shake them.
Yeah.
And be like, see what I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all worthy and we're all valuable.
And there are so many good things that you have to bring.
Exactly. And it's not even just like the way you look, it's also, your lifestyle. If you go into the day being like, I'm going to have such a shit day, I'm tired, I'm this, you're going to have a shit day.
100%.
Sometimes things are out of your control.
And sometimes you have a bad day. That's
exactly.
fine.
It's
We all
totally
have bad
normal.
days.
Not everything is linear, like up or this. Like it's all over the fucking show.
You just don't want to be the person that brings everyone else down either.
Exactly. You want to be a light in
Well,
people's
one thing I've
lives.
noticed too, and you helped me with this, is like I've been struggling a lot with my skin. And as soon as I get out of the shower, I like pick myself apart. I pick my face, I look at every imperfection, I make it look so much worse. In the morning, no makeup, the first thing I think is my skin is fucked. That's literally what I think. This morning I caught myself doing it again and I was like, of course your skin is gonna be fucked. You keep picking it and you keep thinking my skin is fucked.
Yeah.
Drink some water, take some supplements. There's pizza in the fridge, but I'm hungover and I'm allowing myself that today. But like,
do a face mask, like do
and just
some
say
good
I
stuff.
have beautiful skin. It's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah.
And it is getting better. And what it was 12 months ago is very different. And I'm still very blessed with like so many other things that I have as well.
I really struggled with my skin for a long time. Like I had pretty chronic acne, and that's how I got into the beauty industry, because I wanted to understand it for myself and fix it. And, it's still not perfect. I have fucking hormones and stress and, life is life. Nothing's going to be perfect. And something I say to my clients, because I also used to do that and still can sometimes, is look at your skin in the mirror and instead of saying those things, say, my skin is healing. My skin is healing. Like, again,
100%.
like all those things, like it could be a lot worse. But that's, I think, a really nice mantra to... like,
Yes,
and
accept
also
the fact that it's not perfect,
Yeah.
but know that like it is doing its thing. It will heal itself.
your brain
like,
is really quite intelligent as well, as like dumb as it is, not being able to think positively, but your consciousness really affects every cell in your body. So if you're saying my skin is healing, it will literally start to heal.
Yeah.
Like, to an extent,
Yeah.
there's other
Yeah.
factors to it.
Yeah.
But it's like so fucking powerful, the mind. Watch or read the CIA declassified documents on consciousness. Again, something else that changed my life.
Really?
Because of just like the power that we hold within our conscious energy. They have the conscious energy grid. I'll put it
Is
in
that
the
what that
fucking video.
is?
Yeah, it's from the CIA declassified documents. And it talks about like meditation, and it's from like the 80s.
Really?
We've known this stuff for so long. It's on the CIA website. You can download it. It took me ages to read because there's so much in it, and it's such like deep. There's a lot of science in it as well.
You have to read the one page 12 times.
Yeah, so I'd read it, go, come back, read it. And when I was reading it, I literally felt this pressure like in my third eye.
No.
Like, it wasn't a headache, but crazy. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool shit. Definitely
That's
recommend
cool.
to everyone.
No,
if you're
love
into
that.
shit.
I am. I'm gonna read it. I need to read more. That's on my was on my list for this year. Read more.
Ends reading.
Or my in. They're great, by the way. Love them.
Yeah, I wanted to like also show that there's a little bit more substance to me than just sleeping with men.
That have girlfriends overseas. No, I know. And that's like what we really want this podcast to be about is, like you said, like life is all over the place. Like sometimes we'll talk about dating, but we both also like work full time. We both have a lot of side hustles. Like you do like some modeling and like I have other things going on as well. So there's like a lot of stuff that we've had and experienced in terms of like your mental health journey, my mental health journey. Like there's just lots to talk about.
Lots to unpack.
But we also love a chat, love a yap.
Yeah.
And love... What is that?
It's the wood expanding from the sun.
It's the smartest thing I've ever heard you say. How do you know that?
Because I used to live in a fucking house in the valley.
I live in a shed. This is a shed.
It's a really nice shed.
We call it the crack den. There's no crack here, by the way.
I actually moved into a crack den once. I had to clean the walls.
Oh,
there was
no.
residue on the walls.
Oh,
I think they
no.
were cooking meth.
No, that's really bad. They
It was
broke my
fucked
car
up.
off because of that. You can get really sick.
Yeah, that's why I cleaned it heavily, top to toe. I made sure every fucking speck of the grout.
Did you have like a mouth mask on? Or
Nah.
just raw dogging it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like that explains the brain aneurysm.
The damage is done.
The damage is... Moving in. On. Oh my god, help. This better fix itself. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Gorgeous, stunning,
Abundance.
smart. In. Psychics. So,
We're not woo-woo.
yeah, we're not woo-woo, but you know what? Like you said, when life gives you lemons, you reach for anything you can fucking grasp.
Yeah.
The crystals, the
Also,
moon,
why
my
not?
star sign. That's fine. It was $50 cash.
Yeah. Oh, that's cheap, huh?
Trip to Tambourine.
Yeah.
Had a nice little treat at the bakery there. Saw a psychic who basically told me my life was a movie. So, I mean,
And it is.
a day's well done in my books. I don't know. I just feel like much like what you were saying with abundance mindset, she just explained that, yeah, this year, because I was just rattled by the fact that last year I've been going through a lot of healing. Last year it felt like a lot of healing. It was a lot of so hard for me, like mentally, and we can get into that in like another time. But this year I just feel like it's really for me. Like I'm like, this is a me year. And I'm
Yeah.
actually like, I've done my healing now. I'm on my own.
And now the evolution.
The evolution. It's like the caterpillar and then the butterfly. So this year I just honestly felt like everything I was manifesting was coming to me in like the strangest ways. Like I would think about seeing someone, I would see someone, I would think about, getting paid. I literally did what was I listening to? Oh, no, this is a side. Anyway, everything that I was like manifesting was coming to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? No harm in this. My sister's friends went and saw this psychic, and apparently everything this chick said came true. And then, that
And
was
you're not
like,
telling her anything prior, are you?
you don't tell her anything. She doesn't even know you. You text her, you book an appointment, you go in. And I didn't know what to expect because I've had tarot readings where they pull cards and they explain to you, and it's always a bit hit and miss, and
Yeah.
anything can mean
Broad,
anything.
yeah.
They pull 50 million cards, and you're like, how many are you allowed to pull?
Yeah.
Because you're pulling a lot. Oh, things are going good and really good, and babies and money and houses, and I'm like, that's a normal life.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. So this was weird. I didn't know what to expect. So then my mum and my sister went, and they were like, oh, she said all this like crazy stuff about like new jobs and abundance, and I was like, okay. Anyway, my dad is the biggest skeptic, and he was like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I was like,
Sweet.
okay, I'll go with you. Because
Yeah.
I'm also a bit skeptic about this, but I want to be open.
Yeah.
So I went and I sat down, and she literally just started rattling this stuff to me. Like, I see you on a runway, lots of lights, and I was like, well, I'm not a fucking model, like, is she? And I was hungover. I was really
That's right.
hungover. And I tried really hard not to look hungover, so she like wouldn't rattle me for it.
Yeah.
But I also didn't look like I was dressed to the nines either. Like I was pretty cash. So she was like, I see you on a runway. I'm like, no, fuck model. This girl's an idiot. And then she was like, no, but you're not a model. And you're saying like thank you to everyone and you're like really proud of yourself. And I've always wanted to have my own brand or like, so I'm like, oh my God.
Do.
And
stuff is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
And yeah, and then she was saying you need to be in New York, something I've never considered, but I've always looked at like trying to move to like Europe or anything, and it's just never come. Like I tried so hard to look at visas, applied for jobs, nothing has ever come to me. Anyway, and then she said like all this stuff about how my life will be, and I left there feeling so optimistic about my life and how to manifest it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just got stuck in this, well, this year has been so great and I've done the healing. I love my life. And there's so many things I wanted to do, like for my ambitions. I've always wanted to have my own brand. I wanted to travel. I wanted to live overseas. There's all these things I've wanted to do that I have for my life. And I don't know, I felt like last year I was just kind of like pushing shit uphill for so long that like now that I'm in this like almost space of peace, I'm like, is it worth disrupting it because, you know, going out and starting businesses or launching brands, like I'm in debt because of my one from last year and I'm relaunching and like it costs money, it costs time, you sacrifice a lot. So I was just like, am I being silly and should I just accept the fact that this is my life and that's amazing and just be happy with that. And then when I went and saw this psychic and she basically just told me like, you've been a manifestor since you were 15 and this is the life you have and you're going to be in New York, you're going to have this brand, you're going to make women feel beautiful. Like that's what I've like the third psychic that said you're going to make women feel beautiful.
Wow.
I know.
That's really
like insane. And just like, again, I had a fertility test last year and like I got a blood test, but I got to a women's doctor and it came back that I have a low egg count, which rattled me. I like was not even like, I wasn't expecting the call.
And you'd expect.
No, and like you don't feel old at all. And I don't feel old. I feel like I'm in my prime. I hope the rain doesn't make this too loud, but it should be okay. Going to this psychic, that was a bit of a side note, but going to this psychic, she was like, you have a daughter. And like, it's just really nice. And like you have a husband and he's just so, and I've always said the next person I'm with, because I've always put the men I'm with on pedestals. Like I've never felt like I was good enough for them, which again, that negative self-talk, I always think it's like been the detriment of my relationships has been because I always thought I wasn't good enough for them. That's how I always felt. And it's like knowing that I'm going to be with someone who just thinks I am freaking awesome. Like, and that's all I want. Like, I'm like, I'm going to have cankles and be fat and pregnant one day. And I need someone to look at me and go, you're the go.
Yeah. That's all any women should want. Like to have a man that like loves you and admires you and worships you
and just is inspired by you and thinks you're all like
I don't want to say muse because someone's called me a muse before and I was like that's all I've ever wanted to be.
Oh my God, no, literally.
And then they're just fucking calling me a muse because they think that it's something cool to say. I'm like, well, you don't actually see me like that.
No, I know, but like someone who genuinely feels that way. But anyway, I left the psychic and I just, it kind of like rattled me because I was like, I was just willing to accept this life that although I love was not my true like ambition that I've always wanted. Like it's not my dream and I've always been like a dreamer. And I'm just, it just put me on the path to go, you know what, fuck that. I can do it. This is my life. My life can be a movie. And if my sister sat down in that chair, I didn't have to tell this lady anything. If my sister, who's a teacher with 2 kids and a husband, sat down in that chair and she said all the shit she said to me to her, would have made no sense. No sense. And all of like, my mum's friend ended up going and they were saying apparently that she was going to have a bit of turmoil and a change in job and it was going to come up in the next couple of weeks and she got made redundant on Monday. Fuck. I know, she's been with the company 18 years.
I want to go see this chick. I've never seen a psychic. I always wanted to.
Like I hadn't seen a proper psychic. You should go.
I want $50 cash. Sign me up.
And also it was like a fun little trip to Tambourine. Heaps of crystals up there.
The fudge store is actually what I think about when I hear Mount Tambourine.
100%. It's the most bizarre place. They also have a beautiful French bakery there. We should go.
Yeah, sleigh done.
Yeah, sleigh count one.
I love a sleigh.
Okay, cool.
Samantha. That was another thing the psychic
That
said.
was something this.
You need to start going by your full name.
Yeah, she said Samantha is my power name. It's the name in business that I should be having.
It is a very strong name. I feel the same about my full name.
Yeah.
Someone actually said to me, like when I introduced myself and then told them my full name, they're like, you need to start introducing
Grayson is
yourself
a
like
rock star name.
It's a strong name. I used to hate it as a child. I wanted to be called like Sarah, but I love it.
Yeah, same. I hate Samantha because there's always a Samantha, but everyone
such a
gets.
beautiful name.
And you know what? It's me.
Yeah, I started introducing myself as Grayson because I was like, you know what? It is a fucking sick name. Like I need to represent that more. And then it just starts the conversation of, Graceland? What'd you say? Where'd that name come from? And I'd have to have the conversation 10 times a day at work. So I was like, enough.
Yeah.
I'm just Grace. I'm Grace again.
Yeah, if I do Pam, if I do Sam over the phone, like if I'm ordering something, yeah, what's the name for the order? Sam. Okay, Pam.
Pam with an M? 2 M's?
Yeah, Julia's with my mind goes. Yeah, and then I went to the vet. She was like, "What's your name?" I know I need the endorphins. I called the vet once, and she was like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Sam." She's like, "Okay, Pam." She said, "What's your dog's name?" And I'm like, "Bambi." And she's like, "Okay, we'll see you in Sandy soon." And I was like, am I not articulating my words? That's why I need to put on my English accent. Myself, Samantha, and Bambi.
Hello, I can only do like a really fucking like Cockney English accent. I can't do the
Hello, Bobbit.
I can't do
Real Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I had an English client in the other day at work and I said something back and I went, oh, that sounded a bit British. I like subconsciously pick up their accent.
Same. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're right then," and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're wrong," and then I'm like, "Oh, someone just mocked you."
Oh my god, I used to get it all the time as well. Someone would say something and I'd be like, "Oh my god, that's so cool," and one guy literally replied, "Well, you don't have to be sarcastic about it," and I was like, "I'm being 100% genuine, actually. Thanks, my dude." Had to convince him, and he didn't believe me. But anyway, tone's a real interesting topic, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I voice memo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Love a voice memo for that reason.
People are all saying they're doing it with their friends now. It's
I've
great.
had a lot of people voice memo me too.
It's so good.
I just don't like.
I just am
my
driving
thumbs are
too
tired.
much.
That too.
Yeah, I've forgotten how to text. I voice to text now.
Ew.
Why?
That's like 60-year-old bullshit.
I don't have time. My thumbs hurt.
Do you talk like a robot into it?
And I say full stop.
Period. Exclamation point.
XX. Love you. Sent by Siri. Speaking of British men, which we weren't really speaking of, but we had accents. My Siri is the British male.
You're serious.
My Siri.
Oh, you're Siri.
Hey Siri, what's the weather?
He's gone. He said, not today, Samantha. I'm off the clock.
Come on.
That's going to be... I don't know what
is it
your
because I'm
out
on
is.
this? Oh, my out.
Oh, it is. It links into all of this.
Yeah, that's so...
I thought so.
That is so perfect. So, you know what's out this week? And it's going to be a toxic out. And a toxic out means we're going to complain about it and continue to use it.
Yeah,
He's a toxic man. Because I won't be going to Samsung, but Apple, you're out.
I was fucking out.
I've had enough. I have one app left at this point.
Literally.
Because I have no storage. I swear to God, I pay for $18 a month in iCloud storage. And it's constantly telling me to sync to some Wi-Fi. I don't have Wi-Fi because I pay extra for internet. I hotspot my phone. So you're telling me that I'm paying for something to download to something else and I'm still downloading apps every day. All my TikTok drafts, gone. Because I didn't know when you delete TikTok.
It deletes the drafts. I learned that the hard way too.
So sad.
So sad. I love Apple. Like, I grew up with Macintosh computers and shit. So
Yeah.
my parents are graphic designers.
Yes.
So it's always been Apple. They're really easy to use, but I'm full. I'm I am locked in. I will never go to Samsung.
I can't go to Samsung. I can't go to Samsung and I can't go to Google. It makes me sick. And if a man sends me a green text message or has a Samsung or reshares something on his Instagram and it's that weird font.
Oh, the font annoys me. It enrages me. Can't even Google Pixels. I'm like, ugh.
And you know what? I get it. The photo quality is good. Well, you know what?
It's almost too good.
But yeah, same. I don't need to see the pimple. I like Paris.
I don't want to zoom into the moon.
No.
I'll get a fucking telescope.
Yeah, thanks. I buy a camera.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. Also, I would also like to clarify that I reckon I had a thought, and those who are in the podcast, I'm currently taking my case off my phone. I have had a case on the back of my iPhone since I bought it.
Yeah.
I caught the cool green colour because I was like, this is sick.
It is a really slay.
It's such a slay colour.
Really hot slay.
But guess what? I can't show anyone because I have to have a case on it. So I've had a case on it since I got it. The back is completely fucking smashed.
Mine's even worse. I bought a Casetify, like, one.
Same.
It's like shockproof, like, you know. And I've had one in the past, it was great. But I was at a bar, like, and it fell onto the ground. Instantly smashed. I just got the case and I was like, fuck you, Casetify, and fuck you, Apple. That's going to cost me like almost fucking half the phone to fix.
100%. And this is what I mean. I'm like, surely by now they know glass backs are no good.
Well, they've changed to stainless, but this is the thing.
Have they changed to stainless?
Yes, and this is the same thing with the plugs. It's like they'll go from USB-C to Lightning, and then it's like, because they just want you to have to, like, you keep upgrading. They know what they're doing. They're fucking smart. Also, I wonder if Apple would still be like this if Steve Jobs was alive. I don't think he'd be rotting on
I don't think he would be either. He'd be like, we're losing who we became. We're losing the garage group of boys who were just trying to make a cool product.
I don't know who Tim Cook is or where he came from or if he was friends with Steve.
He's in the bin. He's out.
Surely.
Maybe he's out. Maybe that's what it is.
No, it's all out. But he must be related to Captain Cook and he needs to be gone.
I'm done with him.
Take him out.
Take him out. Take him down. Well, because another thing too is my camera glass is smashed. So not only is I'm just like, okay, I'll put a case on my phone. I don't even have glass on my... You know that fell on a piece of gravel at the beach?
Lens.
And you know what? I went in there. It's happened to both my iPhones. I have a work phone. Both my iPhones cracked camera glass. I can't 0.5. And I went in there to get it fixed the other day. I was like, okay, how much fix this? I only got this less than a year ago. Fix the glass in the back. He goes, oh, you're looking at $350 for the back, $500 for that. So you might as well get a new phone. He goes, this. Oh, and then my bracelet's just gone. Don't need it anyway. I'm passionate.
Yeah.
Because then, again, I took my laptop in there and he goes, this is considered vintage.
Same.
You fixed it twice. And I go, well, it must be worth more then because I don't think you know what vintage means, my guy.
It's
means...
from 2007. That's not that one. That's 70.
No, it's not. I did the same thing. He was like, you've had this laptop for 7 years and you've repaired it 4 times. And I was like, yeah, it's good. Yeah. And he was like, it's considered vintage and you should upgrade. Then a week before Christmas, I had to buy a new laptop. Like, what?
It is a full cult. It is an absolute cult in their little Apple t-shirts.
Do you remember that phase in Apple before they started fucking us up the asshole? When they were just giving out free phones all the time and you'd go in for replacements?
Yeah.
And they just replace... Every time you'd get replacement.
Like, oh, look at my brand new sexy phone.
Yeah, 100%. And they're like, have you backed up? No, but I'll take the phone. Right. Oh, that's another thing I need to talk about Apple. What's the deal with creating a beautiful collage with sound behind it with me and my boyfriend every second week? Moments in the sun.
The memories.
Moments in the sun.
I want to forget.
Last summer, dog. I have 50 million photos of my own animal, my own dog, my own kin. And they want to put a collage together of my ex-boyfriend's dog.
I just can't. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you can block like their face. Actually. So that kept happening to me and then someone told me and I was like, oh.
I should just delete all the photos.
I know, look, I was going through the photos of the guy that I was seeing over Christmas and I was like, oh, but I don't need them. I'm not going to go back and look at them.
No, every time I look at
I'll
it,
be
I
hate
get
scrolling if I do.
Yeah, it ruins your day.
Yeah, gross. Actually gross. You know when you like start seeing someone and you're like, no, they're so hot, and then afterwards it like hits you and you're like, oh, they're actually like kind of look like hot. A bit like a meth head. You know, it's I hate it. It happens to me all the time, unfortunately. But also
like that.
I've dated a lot of hot men, to be fair.
Hot?
But yeah, aesthetics
I
are
have a-
really important to me, and it says it
Same.
in my star sign.
We're not super woo. Apple, go fuck yourself.
Thanks for coming to the pod.
Oh, is that our sign out? What's our sign out?
Yeah, again, the brain's just not well today.
So I was like, yeah, we'll be better next week.
Anyway,
I've been thinking
Thanks.
about the pizza in my fridge, so I'd really like to finish eating that.
I can't wait to go home and eat the rest of my burger, man. So let's do it. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Love you.
Stay golden, pointy boy. That makes sense.